Never give up. Never, never give up. And I think that more than anything else, from every study I've read that's critical, if you resolve in advance that once you have set off to achieve your goal, that you will never give up, but you will never quit, that nothing can stop you, that every single difficulty will just be a spur to drive you on, that you will become an inverse paranoid and you'll look into every problem and you look for the good in the problem, you look for the lesson that you can learn, you look for the way you can turn the situation to your advantage. If you keep on doing that, if you keep optimistic, if you keep this attitude of confident expectation going, you will be successful. Your persistence is your measure of your belief in yourself. And every time you persist in the face of adversity, your belief in yourself increases until it reaches the point where you become unstoppable on the pathway to your goals.
I'm standing here right now in front of you. Judge me. I'm proud of every inch. I'm proud of every second. Do I have flaws? Yes. Do I work on them once they're identified? Yes. Am I constantly trying to improve the namesake, the IPO value of my name? Yes, I am. The small things mean as much to me as the large things, because those small things add up to be more and more and more. They create the big thing. You know, the big thing isn't just one. It's trained for, it's fought for. In the training, in the gym, you know, in those moments of character testing, of morality, integrity, that everyone seems to fail these days. Who stands up, picks up the trash when no one's looking? Who does that? The same person that's on top of the podium later in life. They go hand in hand. It's a heartbeat, guys, at the end that really wins it. At the toppest level of competition, everyone's got the talent, everyone's got the perseverance, everyone has it all, and everyone wants it. But somebody wants it more. Someone's heartbeat is constantly beating for it. Not just when people are watching, not just in training, but when they're sleeping, they're dreaming of it. It's a constant cycle. How do you know when you're on the right path? When the small nuances in life that people don't really value, they consider a nuisance, you consider them as valuable as the big events when everyone is watching.
Your potential is determined by how much uncertainty you're willing to embrace.
When you're built different than everybody else and you have this desire for more and this desire for achievement and this desire to win, everybody else looks at you like you're like, duh.
When people don't understand you anymore, you're in that spot of obsession and drive where people are like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? I don't want to talk to you, man, because you're not going to get it. You will never understand what is wrong with me. And that's why I'm so glad you don't, because I'm in the right spot.
And they'll tell you that too. You know, what's wrong with you? Like, why can't you just relax? Why can't you just do this? Why can't, because I'm just not built that way, man.
Has the alcohol worked yet, or do you still wake up the next day with the same pain that needs to be swept under the rug even harder? Did the drink turn you into that better version of yourself yet, or does your personality still require that liquid confidence every time just to come alive? I suppose if drinking is your source of fun, a good time is defined by escaping yourself, even if just a little bit. And it doesn't seem that gratifying to me. You know, if you wanted to feel good without the poison, you definitely can, and a lot of people do it. But there's a heavy pressure of normalcy to break through if you're ever gonna find them and do the same.
Whether you like it or not, from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, a lot of us are at war with ourselves. And within that war, we have several battles. Those battles are basically choices. No, I'm not talking about a war that you might find in the Coliseum. I'm talking about a war that's in your brain. That war exists because life has so many choices. Within those choices, you gotta make right decisions. But you know what? That when the alarm goes off in the morning, you don't have to wake up. Don't wake up, don't worry about that. When you're in school, you don't that, man. It's too hard to study, so don't study. You know what? Don't eat healthy, because you don't have to. So guess what? When you fail, don't blame your mom, don't blame your dad, don't blame teachers. The only person you have to blame is yourself.
Never apologize for being obsessed. They'll call it too much. Let them. Positive obsession isn't a flaw. It's the edge that separates good from great. The one that cuts through excuses, distractions, and mediocrity. The world might call it too much, but they're just uncomfortable with the level of focus that they don't have. So go ahead, obsess over growth, obsess over your goals, obsess over becoming the best version of you.
Nobody else at the moment has the power to change you unless you have that initial spark and say, I must do something. I don't want this anymore. In order for something new to come, something old must go. Let go of what you know until now. Empty the cup and start from the beginning. You must spill the old tea and pour in new one. Then things look different.
Said to myself, if ever I want anything to change, it's up to me. That's the time where I really got scared. It suddenly hit me right between the eyes that if I wanted my life to be different, it was up to me to make my life different. And if I can get only one point across to you in this simple segment, this little segment, is that the starting point of flying to the stars, the starting point of taking complete charge of your life, the starting point of great success and great achievement is to accept complete, unconditional responsibility. If it's to be, it's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to you. As Henry Ford said, never complain, never explain. What that means is if you don't like the way things are, then it's up to you to change them. And if you're not willing to take steps to change them, then don't complain about them. Just simply accept them. Men who are men and women who are women don't complain about the difficulties of life. They just accept them as the difficulties of life, and they either do something about them or they don't say anything. So if it's to be, it's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to you.
Most people just don't want to be responsible for their existence. The predominant state of mind is a victim. I say it with all the compassion in the world, but people really think that I am at the effect of life. And for most people, it's really justified. Like if you knew my dad, he was an asshole, and you knew my spouse, she's... And there's just the absence of both accountability, responsibility, and personal power that for whatever reasons, I've attracted these circumstances for my own growth and evolution.
I know who you are because you're the same person. In adversity, in victory, in defeat, you're the same motherfucker. It doesn't get turned off ever. Excellence. I said before, guys, it's not an accident in somebody's life. It's an habitual habit that's trained and perfected and then remastered every single day in everything they do. You know you're on the right path when these small things, the momentum builders, hold value to yourself. When you stamp your name on something and it means something, come check it out, I did this. Not hoping someone doesn't see it. The fact that you know it exists is enough.
Hey man, look, this is what you gotta do, bro. Wake up and grind. Wake up and grind. Wake up and grind. Every day. That's the method. I mean, it's not hard. If you get up every single day and put your mind to something, how could you really believe that you won't win? It's not possible. I mean, 99% of people already don't want to grind. So you just starting, you becoming the 1%. This junk is really simple, but you're making it hard. When all you have to do is wake up and grind every day. That's the method.
Stop ignoring the voice in your head. You know the one I'm talking about, the one that knows you're capable of more, the one that whispers to you at night that you could have gone harder. What if I told you that voice is your potential, daring you to do more, be more, go bigger, do better? Don't ignore your potential. Feed it. Because I'll be honest with you, I am sick of people telling me to rest more, take a break, seek balance. Off. If you are blessed with the opportunity to chase your dreams and whatever weird disposition leads someone to run after them with unwavering desire, then fucking do it. And apologize To no one.
The number one way to make people mad is to treat yourself like gold. Keep all your promises. Skip out on all the popularity contests and selling your soul to be on the same page as everyone. Leave the beer smoking and meaningless relationships to those that can't see through the BS, and they'll be angry at you. And is it because you're doing something wrong? No. I think your only crime is making them witness a life they wish they could have, but never will. People want to blame the mirror for what they see in it, but in all reality, the mirror provides nothing but the reflection of a harsh truth.
And I tell people, if you have found the right path and you feel frustrated and you feel blocked, that's a good thing, right? That little bit of pain, a little bit of frustration, it's often a signal that you're actually on the verge of turning into the right direction. You know, it's a signal that things aren't quite working out and you're listening to it. But if you get anxious and you don't listen to the frustration, then you can't be creative, you can't go into it.
Yeah.
But you'll learn at a much higher rate and you'll enjoy. Everything involves a degree of pain, a degree of practice, a degree of drudgery. There's nothing that's going to come easy in life. So anything skill that you're going to learn is going to involve that. And if you're not connected to it in a deep way, you're never going to learn fast enough, you know, and you're just going to burn out too early.
Live in the moment. Stop trying to be alive and start living. Death is coming. When it comes, are you ready for it? Are you going to stand up and dance to that fucking celebration? Or are you going to be wishing, oh my God, because that's permanent, man. You can't change it. You can't reverse the clock. Try to make amends and do it right. You don't have time to say you're sorry and make it right. No, it's over with. That day comes. It's like studying for a test. That day is going to be tested. Do you pass or fail? It's a huge accountability of today. We come into this world by ourselves. We leave this world by ourselves. We had the opportunity to engage while here, but we leave alone. We leave with the memories and the embraces and the love and the experiences of life. We take that with us. And if we do it right, we leave footprints of legacy and motivation for others to follow and take the most out of life. Alive, but also living. Not so fearful for death that we become a self-paralysis in our own state, trying to preserve the inevitable. It doesn't work that way, guys.
Consistency isn't sexy, but the magic just doesn't happen overnight. It's in the small steps you take every day, the ones that feel repetitive, unnoticed, and even dull. Don't underestimate what you're doing right now. It's turning effort into momentum and momentum into results. So keep going, because consistency doesn't just win, it changes everything.